Hi guys, welcome back to my videos. So I haven't done a video in a really long time because a lot has happened in the last like 6 to 8 weeks. And this particular review is really long overdue. Today we're going to talk about Rosa Salas, which is a UK based brand that specializes in high quality fragrances at affordable prices. So my husband and I actually came across Rosa Salas a few months ago, and this time we've decided to give them like a proper try and also do a review. So we've got two fragrances from the private oud collection, which are these two, and then we've got two from the normal collection, which are the two big ones. We are going to start with the two from the normal collection. So the first one I'm going to show you is called the Greatest Oud, and I'll show you like how it comes. So this is actually a 50 ml bottle in here, and this is how the box looks. So it's like a cylinder tube box. You take the lid off, and then you've got the 50 ml fragrance tightly sitting inside, and that's how the fragrance bottle is. So I actually quite like the bottles. They're very good sturdy bottles. They're made out of like thick glass, and there's nothing fancy to it, but you've got like the name of the brand there, then you've got the name of the fragrance, you've got their signature as well, and then you've just got like a standard cap which isn't magnetic, but it goes on securely. So the first one we're going to talk about is this one, which is called the Greatest Oud, and I'm just going to spray it. So I've got 4 fragrances to talk about today. I'm not going to spray all of them on my skin because I've only got 2 hands. So I'm going to spray this one from the normal collection, and then we'll spray one from the private collection as well, and then the other 2 we'll just talk about them because I have tried them already, so I know exactly what I think of them. So this one is the Greatest Oud. This is classified as a men's fragrance, and it kind of is, but you'll see in a minute why I think that it could be unisex. So I've just sprayed it on my arm, on my hand. So I'll tell you what notes you get in this. In this you've got notes of lavender, saffron and Brazilian nut. You've got middle notes of patchouli and spices, and then you've got base notes of agar wood, oud wood, musk and vanilla. So on my skin, this opens on a patchouli note with a sweet hint of saffron. I also get light spices like cardamom, and there's also that Brazilian nut that you can feel in the opening. The lavender actually gives it a nice touch, and it stops it from opening on a dark note. So this one actually reminds me of Oud for Greatness, but with a twist with that Brazilian nut. The quality though is really good. Like there's no overpowering smell of alcohol, and you can clearly smell the notes, so you can clearly tell what you're smelling in the fragrance. The projection of this is also really good. Not as good as the original Oud for Greatness, obviously, but you can't really compare that. I mean, this has a retail price of £50 for a 50 ml. And at that price, I think the quality and the projection actually quite excellent, because this projects really well. And as I said, the quality is fantastic as well. So this one, the Greatest Oud, it does come across a little bit more spicy than Oud for Greatness. Oud for Greatness, I think, is a little bit more sweeter. So it is more masculine, this fragrance, but if you're comfortable in Oud for Greatness, then you'll be comfortable in this as well. So about half an hour later, the oud wood and the agar wood definitely come out more, with a blend of the patchouli, the spices and the hints of saffron. It does become quite dark, spicy, lightly smoky and lightly sweet. So this fragrance doesn't change much as it dries down. So overall you've got like this oud, patchouli, spicy scent. The smokiness does go away in the dry down, but you do still have those hints of saffron. And overall this lasted an average of 5 hours on my skin, but that's just me. Remember, everybody has a different chemistry with fragrances. So that one is Oud for Greatness. I mean, not Oud for Greatness, what am I talking about? That one is the Greatest Oud. The next up we've got Abism, and this fragrance was inspired by Roger's Elysian. So in this fragrance there is a normal version and also an extra version. I've got the extra one, so that's what we're going to be talking about. So the packaging is exactly the same. You've got like that cylinder tube kind of box, and then you've got a 50 ml fragrance sitting inside. The bottle looks exactly the same. So you've got the name of the fragrance there. You've got the signature, and you've got the name of the fragrance brand there. So the retail price for this 50 ml is £55. I'm not going to spray this one, as I said, because I've got 4 fragrances and I don't want to mix them up. So this one I'm not going to spray on my skin, but I will tell you what I thought of the fragrance when I tried it out. So when I first sprayed this, I definitely got like fresh, crisp, sparkly citrus. It's definitely zesty with lemon, bergamot, lime, orange. It's a bright morning scent, and for me it definitely feels more masculine. You also get some hints of like a light green herbaceous scent and juniper berries, and also some floral hints. Projection of this one though is amazing. Actually, it's better than the Greatest Oud. Like my husband could smell it in the next room. That's how far it had travelled. In terms of comparing it to Elysium, Elysium I think is more aquatic, and it's a citrusy scent with touch of fruits and has some oceanic saltiness to it as well. This one with Abysm, it's more citrusy, sparkly, and it doesn't have those aquatic or salty vibes. It will remind you of Elysium, but I don't think that they're exactly the same. There are like some slight differences between the two. 2 hours later, this scent is still projecting. It does change, so you've still got the citrus and vetiver after 2 hours and the hints of the florals, but you've also got a very different type of scent which feels like a spicy red pepper and hints of leather. The red pepper, personally, I thought was a unique touch and makes it different to Elysium at this particular stage. Overall, the scent lasted approximately 7 hours on my skin, so again, more than the Greatest Oud. Dry down remains quite fresh. I didn't really get any benzoin or vanilla on my skin. It did remain like a light citrus and vetiver scent. So that one is Abysm. So next we're going to move on to the Private Oud collection, and we've got two fragrances from there. Both are 10 mls, and we've got Plateau and Lucayan. So I'm going to start off with Lucayan. The Private Oud collection bottles are a little bit more fancy in the sense that the shape is exactly the same, and you've got like the thick glass as the bottle, but then you've also got like a plaque over here with the name of the fragrance. Then you've got the signature and the name of the fragrance brand around it as well, and the cap is exactly the same as the other bottles. So in this fragrance, in Lucayan, you have got an EDP version and an extrait version. I've got the EDP version, so that's the one that we're going to be talking about. A 50 ml EDP has a retail price of £85. So this one I'm going to spray on my other hand, and then we can talk about that. This one to me opens on a fresh citrus note as well, but it's quite different to Abysm. Cayenne has that element of marine notes to the fragrance as well. It's not too aquatic, and it also feels quite powdery and aromatic, and has like some sort of spicy touch to it, like a powdered spice, if that makes sense. The projection of this is also amazing, like it literally filled up the whole room. And you don't have that burst of alcohol. Obviously you do need to give it a bit of time to settle when you first spray it, but there's no harshness to any of these fragrances. This one does lean more towards a man scent, but the dry down is like a vanilla, amber, lightly musky scent. That's a scent that most people can like wear. Definitely does dry down to something more cozy and comfortable. Overall, Lucayan lasts approximately 6 to 7 hours on my skin. I personally like Lucayan. It definitely feels smooth and soft with that vanilla ambery dry down. Quite different to the opening, which was more fresh and aromatic. So that one was Lucayan, and then the next one we've got is Plateau. So again, with Plateau, the bottle is exactly the same as Lucayan. So you've got the same shape, the same thick glass. You've got the plaque on the side, sorry, at the front, with the name of the fragrance, the signature, and then the name of the brand. So this one I'm not going to spray on my skin because I've already used up both of my hands. I've used it, I have tested it, and I'm going to tell you what I think of this one. Plateau, I liked this one instantly because it smells like a rose, ambery, light oud scent. Got a mix of fresh florals as well, like a fresh aromatic bouquet of flowers. Also has some powderiness to it as well, so straight away I took a liking to this one. Again, with this, the projection is amazing. It does lean more towards the feminine side. So at times with Plateau, I get hints of vanilla, and that rose oud vanilla combination reminds me of Oud Satin Mood. It does dry down to an earthy, woody, lightly smoky vanilla scent with hints of rose. Rose definitely dies down after like 2 hours, and then you've just got hints of it. And overall, the scent lasted approximately 5 to 6 hours on my skin. I wouldn't say though that this is similar or even an alternative to Oud Satin Mood because it's a lot lighter, and it just reminded me of Oud Satin Mood when I got like those hints of vanilla with the rose. Otherwise, they're nothing alike, so don't go thinking that Plateau is like an alternative or similar to Oud Satin Mood, because it's really not. It just, as I said, it gave me those vibes when I was getting the hints of vanilla with rose. So those are the fragrances that I've got from Rosa Salas. Which one was my most favourite? Obviously, I'm going to go for Plateau first, because it was definitely more my type. Next, I would go for Lucayan. Then I would go for the Greatest Oud, and then last I would choose Abism. That's not to say though that Abysm isn't a good fragrance. Obviously, I liked all of them. The quality, the projection of all of them are absolutely fantastic. As I said, there's no alcoholic harshness to these ones that I've tried. Like, I don't know about the others, but these four definitely don't have that alcoholic harshness to them. And this order that I've said that I like is just my personal preferences. Obviously, everyone has their own personal taste when it comes to fragrances. I'm definitely impressed, and I think I'm gonna wear Plateau this Friday actually. So if you have any questions about Rosa Salas fragrances or any of these four fragrances, then let me know in the comments box below. Otherwise, thank you for watching today's video, guys, and I hope to see you guys soon.